Well, we are starting our next day. John and I are loaded up, packed up. You can see our haul has been less than happy, but take what we can get. So we're heading up into a new area. It's parked at the trailhead now, and we're gonna get going and see what we can do. Anyway, we will be back with you guys in a little while as we find sheds. Well, I haven't made it on any sheds yet, but a first for me, I just found a batch of morel mushrooms in the mountains. That's awesome. I'm gonna pick these and we're gonna have a snack tonight, so load them in the top of my pack. The guy I'm staying with absolutely loves morel mushrooms and hasn't picked any yet this year, so I'll take him a treat. Well, all the walking finally paid off. I got into my target area. 3.8 miles on Onyx so far is how deep I am, and I got into the elk sign, got into where I wanted to be, and where I'm standing right now, I'm looking at 2 different brown elk sheds. Man, that feels good. Here's the first one, 5-point ragger. Just a little dinker. Hey, I'll take it. Brown elk sheds. Yeah, let's go take a look at that other one. This one's a little bit nicer. Six-point. Sweet. The walk was worth it. I'm gonna pick both these up, get them on the pack, and keep walking. 2 different sides. Sweet. Man, there's so much sign in here. There's got to be more antlers. Oh, get these on the pack, and man, really got to cover this area good. Most sign I've seen all year. Well, I wanted to give you guys just a little bit closer look. The wax rings are off of both of these, so they've been off for quite a while, but he kind of petered out when he was growing. But I mean, he's got good length in his fronts. Just a 5-point raghorn. And this is a 6-point. This is actually a decent shed. Broke that 5 off, but good antler nonetheless. Hasn't seen a whole lot of sun, neither one of them, so I'm in a good area. I'm pumped. There's so much elk sign in here. I'm gonna keep logging, keep putting some miles on the boots, and grid this area really good and see what else I can come up with. Well, it's a little after noon. I haven't talked to John in a couple hours. I found those 2 browns and zigzagged around for a while and didn't get any further west, just stayed going north and south, gridding the area. Nothing else. Well, I'm heading back to the truck to see if I can get back into radio contact with him. I thought he was coming this way with me, but I haven't talked to him for a while. Heading up this hill, I just picked up a chocker whitetail. Grab that one and throw it on the pack. Just trying to get to John. I don't know where he ended up. I hope he's got some antlers, but the goal is to make myself hurry and probably get wore out, but I'm trying to get back to John, see where he's at. So throw this on the pack, and away we go. Well, I just got back to the truck. John saved me and picked me up. We had actually been out of contact for a couple hours, and that was my main hike getting back out of where I found those browns. Is I was just dead and determined to get back to John. Don't like being out of communication. It was after lunchtime, so I knew we were both probably getting hungry. Anyway, I was coming off this bluff up here and finally got into radio contact with John. He was in the truck. He came and picked me up, and he found a set of the trip so far. So tell us a little bit about him, John.
So earlier we had actually been in some good sign, and then I'd gotten out of sign for a while, and I started to make my way back down to the road, kind of angling back towards the truck. Like I said, I hadn't talked to Billy in forever, and I thought maybe his batteries were dead or something, but then maybe knowing Billy and his long legs, I knew he was walking pretty far, so he might be out of range. But I just don't like not being in contact for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So started angling back towards the truck and was checking some south side facing slopes, and this one was actually laying like this, and that's how I saw it. I spotted it from probably 150 yards away. It was just glowing, being that it's so white. So I made a beeline straight towards it, and I was probably 20 feet away from picking it up. That this one was tucked in behind a tree, laying this way, but I couldn't even see it. So it's pretty crazy. I've only found four sheds so far, but I got 2 match sets out of the deal, so pretty awesome.
That's pretty freaking sweet. We're gonna load up, and I think I'm down for a little tailgate lunch. What do you think?
Yeah.
Definitely gonna hammer a tailgate lunch, and I think we're gonna redirect into a lot lower and flatter elevation stuff for the afternoon. I feel like $1 million. I don't know how you feel.
Good.
I feel good. So we're gonna get some lunch in us, and keep trekking. We're gonna, it takes getting back in there. I was almost 4 miles in, I think, before I got into these sheds. So sometimes it just takes getting way away from people. So good work, Johnny.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll catch you in a little bit. Well, guys, that's probably going to wrap it up for today. John and I went back into where I found my 2 browns, but approached it from a different area and spent a lot of time gridding. We didn't find any more, which just blows my mind with the amount of sign that was in there. So we're going to take it easy. It's about 6 o'clock. We're going to call it a day early. Get back and have a good meal and get some solid rest tonight, and then hit it hard tomorrow for the last day. John did pick up a chocker whitetail on our way in, but I don't know, we're gonna stick and move again, find a new place, and man, I'm having a lot of fun, and just we're not picking up a ton of antlers, which that can be expected. I mean, we're getting towards the tail end of turkey season and shed season for that matter. Been a lot of guys out here. We're on public land. Other shed hunters, guys turkey hunting, turkey hunters can pick up sheds too when they're bouncing around. So still thankful for what we found. I mean, it's been a good trip. We're going to hit it hard tomorrow and be back tomorrow to keep you updated. I see John right now making his way up here, so we'll be checking out here in a little bit.